The scoreboard operator looks twice then again to be sure. Name, age, score. It doesn't add up. A 15-year-old just posted a number that beats seasoned professionals players with years on tour. Big sponsors and families at home. Yet here he is, a kid who isn't even old enough to drive, sitting above them all. Officials check the scorecard multiple times, but it's no mistake. Miles Russell has just done something extraordinary, something that could make professional golf rethink everything. This is his story. Before we dive into how a 15-year-old just shocked the professional golf world, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because what Miles Russell is doing right now could mark the start of a new era in the sport. It's January on the Korn Ferry Tour, the proving ground just below the PGA Tour, where pros fight for their cards, their paychecks, and their futures. This isn't casual golf or a celebrity event, it's serious competition where every stroke can make or break a career. Most of the field is filled with players in their 20s and 30s chasing their dream. And walking into that intense arena is Miles Russell, a high school sophomore from Florida, still wearing braces, still living under a curfew. Let's be clear about what that means. The Korn Ferry Tour is professional golf at one of its toughest levels. Most players spend a decade or more refining their game, surviving school, mini tours, and endless Monday qualifiers. They pour in years of effort, huge sums of money, and make personal sacrifices, all for a chance to compete. Then comes the announcement. A 15-year-old has received a sponsor's exemption to join the field. The reaction is immediate and harsh. Golf forums light up with criticism, calling it unfair and disrespectful to players who've earned their way in. Some say it's a publicity stunt that takes an opportunity from someone who truly needs it. On social media, the backlash grows. Seasoned pros see a teenager getting what they fought years for, and they're not thrilled. That means Miles Russell isn't just playing to prove he belongs. He's playing to defend why he's even there. What those critics don't realize is that Miles isn't just another privileged kid. He's a genuine golf prodigy who's been dominating junior circuits so completely that organizers have struggled to find fair competition for him. At 13, he was beating players 5 years older. At 14, he shot a stunning 59 in tournament play, a score of 5.9. Something most professionals will never achieve in their entire careers. Miles Russell didn't earn his spot because of connections or publicity. He earned it because of pure skill. When tournament week arrives, so does the attention. Reporters, cameras, and social media personalities all show up, many expecting to witness a young player fall apart under pressure. The story seems pre-written. A gifted junior steps up too soon, struggles against seasoned pros, and learns a valuable lesson about experience. But that's not how it goes. During Monday's practice round, Miles is grouped with 3 Korn Ferry Tour veterans for a casual match. No cameras, no audience, just golf. By the 3rd hole, the mood shifts. The veterans start to notice something they didn't expect. This kid isn't a novelty. He's the real deal. His drives are flying nearly 290 yards. His irons are crisp and accurate, and his composure is beyond his years. Miles' short game is polished, his focus unshakable, and his calmness almost unnatural for someone his age. After the round, one veteran summed it up perfectly. That's not a kid, that's a golfer who happens to be 15. The next day is the Pro-Am, where amateurs pay to play alongside pros. Miles is paired with a local businessman who's been golfing for 3 decades. On the first tee, the man jokes about taking it easy on the teenager. By the 9th hole, the jokes stop. Miles is 3 under par, hitting shots so sharp that even the seasoned amateur realizes he's watching something special. Word quickly spreads around the clubhouse. The kid is legit. That night, Miles sits in his hotel room with his parents. They remind him that tomorrow isn't about winning. It's about proving he belongs. Show them this wasn't a mistake, they tell him. Miles nods, but deep down, he's thinking bigger. He's not there just to blend in. He's there to show that age doesn't define talent. Thursday morning arrives, and with it, his first official round in professional golf. Miles steps up to the first tee as the announcer calls his name, hometown, and age. That last part, 15 years old, sparks a ripple of whispers through the crowd. Some spectators are cheering him on. Others are just waiting to see him falter. All he needs on this first shot is something steady, no fireworks, just a clean start. But instead, he unloads a perfect drive, 300 yards straight down the middle. The murmurs fade instantly. That wasn't a kid swing, it was a professional strike, pure and powerful. His playing partners, both seasoned Korn Ferry Tour veterans, glance at each other. Realizing this round might be very different from what they expected, the first real test comes on the third. Hole, a par 3 over water with the pin tucked tight. Most newcomers play it safe, aiming for the center of the green to avoid trouble. Not Miles. He grabs his 8-iron and goes straight for the flag. The ball lands just 12 feet from the hole, and he calmly sinks the putt for birdie. 1 under through 3 holes. Meanwhile, the 2 professionals in his group sit at 1 over and even par. Miles is leading in. They're not thrilled about it. By the turn, he's 2 under, and word starts to spread around the course. Players coming off their rounds are checking the leaderboard and doing double takes. Is that the 15-year-old? He's actually in contention. The storyline shifts instantly from people waiting for him to crumble to everyone realizing he's holding his own against the pros. The back nine is where professional golf separates the hopefuls from the real contenders. The pins get tougher, the pressure builds, and fatigue starts to set in. This is usually where a 15-year-old's run starts to unravel. But when Miles steps onto the 10th tee at 2 under par, he's faced with a choice play. It's safe or stay aggressive. His answer comes on the 12th hole, a reachable par 5. Most players in his position would lay up and take the easy birdie. Miles pulls a 3-wood from 240 yards and attacks. The ball lands softly on the green, rolling to within 25 feet. 2 putts later, he's 3 under. He's not protecting a score, he's pushing for more. The first real challenge comes at the 14th when a pulled drive buries in the rough. The lie is awful, but Miles stays calm. With the poise of a seasoned pro, he chooses the right club, hits a smart recovery, and saves par with 2 steady putts. That save says more about his composure than any birdie could. By the time he reaches the 18th tee, he's still 3 under for the day, and the crowd has grown threefold. Word has spread. Everyone wants to see the 15-year-old who's putting up a real professional number. The final hole is a tough par 4, demanding precision from start to finish. Miles stripes his drive on the 18th dead center fairway. His approach lands 15 feet from the pin. The birdie putt just slides by, but he taps in for par. Final score, 68-3 under par in his professional debut. And he's only 15 years old. What happens next is chaos. Reporters rush to the scoring area, phones are ringing off the hook, and national outlets are suddenly paying attention. Social media erupts. Because this isn't just a good round for a teenager, this is a genuinely elite professional score. Miles Russell's name flashes across the leaderboard in the top 20, head of seasoned pros who've been grinding for years. But what really stuns everyone is his reaction. When asked about his round, Miles doesn't celebrate. He says calmly, "I left some shots out there. I can play better tomorrow." That's not teenage confidence. That's the mindset of a born competitor. Friday's second round brings even more pressure. Now he's not a novelty, he's a legitimate contender. The storyline has shifted. Can he make history by becoming the youngest player ever to make a Korn Ferry Tour cut? Most kids would crumble under that spotlight. Miles goes out and shoots another 68. back-to-back rounds in the 60s against professionals. He makes the cut with ease, the youngest in Korn Ferry Tour history. And it's not luck. He's beating players with college titles, mini-tour wins, and years of experience. Round after round, Miles Russell is proving he belongs. It's not luck or a single hot round. Over the weekend, Miles Russell shoots 71 and 72, still solid professional scores, though not as spectacular as Thursday and Friday. Some critics call it proof that he's just a kid who got lucky, but they're missing the bigger picture. At 15, with zero professional experience, Miles completed 4 rounds of professional golf, made the cut, and finished in the top 50 of a Korn Ferry Tour event. His stats are remarkable. Top 40 in driving distance, outdriving players a decade older. Top 30 in greens in regulation, hitting targets with precision that usually takes years to master. His putting is steady, course management advanced, and composure unshakable. These aren't just strong for his age, they're strong by professional standards. So, how does a 15-year-old compete with and beat seasoned pros? The answer is multi-layered. First, raw talent. Miles has a mechanically sound swing, exceptional touch around the greens, and real distance off the tee. But talent alone doesn't explain it. Second, modern training. Miles has had access to technology and coaching most juniors could only dream of launch monitors. Biomechanical analysis, mental coaching for pressure, and physical training designed by championship level. Professionals essentially professional resources since he was 12. Third, mindset. Growing up in an era where teens dominate in sports like tennis, skateboarding, and gymnastics, Miles never questioned whether he belonged. He genuinely believes he does, and that belief translates directly into performance. Perhaps the most critical factor is something no one can teach. He doesn't feel pressure the way most people do. Sports psychologists analyzing his post-round interviews note his calmness, no fidgeting, no nervous laughter, no deflection. He answers questions thoughtfully, accepts praise humbly, and talks about his game with the analytical mindset of a veteran. Miles' performance has already started reshaping professional golf. Tournament directors are debating whether more young players should get exemptions. College coaches are reconsidering if elite juniors might skip college entirely. Equipment companies are evaluating signing younger talent than ever before. Korn Ferry Tour players are facing the reality that age barriers in golf may be crumbling faster than expected. Even the PGA Tour took notice, releasing a statement acknowledging what Miles has accomplished. His debut isn't just a story ice, a signal that the future of golf may be arriving earlier than anyone imagined. It's not luck or a single hot round. Over the weekend, Miles Russell followed up his opening rounds with 71 and 72 still strong professional scores, even if not as eye-popping as Thursday and Friday. Critics may call it a fluke, but they're missing the bigger picture. At just 15, with zero professional experience, Miles completed 4 rounds, made the cut, and finished in the top 50 of a Korn Ferry Tour event. His statistics are extraordinary. Top 40 in driving distance, outdriving players a decade older. Top 30 in greens in regulation, hitting targets with a precision that takes most pros years to develop. His putting was steady, course management advanced, and composure unshakable. These aren't just impressive for a teen, they're legitimately professional numbers. How does a 15-year-old pull this off? It's a combination of factors. First, raw talent, mechanically sound swing, exceptional touch around the greens, and legitimate distance off the tee. Second, modern training, access to technology and coaching that most juniors could only dream of. Launch monitors, biomechanical analysis, mental coaching, and professional-level physical training since age 12. Third, mindset, growing up seeing teens excel in sports like tennis, gymnastics, and skateboarding. Miles never doubted he belonged, and that confidence translates into performance. Perhaps The most crucial factor is something you can't teach: his ability to handle pressure. Sports psychologists note his calmness in interviews. No fidgeting, no nervous laughter, no deflection. He answers questions thoughtfully, accepts praise humbly, and analyzes his game like a seasoned pro. Miles' performance is already shaking up professional golf. Tournament directors are discussing more exemptions for young talent. College coaches are reconsidering if elite juniors might bypass college. Equipment companies are evaluating signing younger players than ever before. Korn Ferry Tour professionals are facing a reality where age may no longer define competition. Even the PGA Tour has recognized his achievement. Miles Russell's debut isn't just a remarkable story. It's a sign that the future of golf is arriving faster than anyone expected.